Okay, there's YouTube. Where's Twitch? There's Twitch. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's remember where I left off. I think I've been working, I haven't streamed in a while, but I've been working on a little bit each morning on just kind of like patching up some of the kind of edge case, corner cases of my procedural terrain system. I'm doing I'm getting like a Perlin noise value, I'm adding altitude from like a world map to a chunk, and then I'm applying border mountains per zone, and then I'm applying a height curve to kind of change the shape of the noise a little bit, and then I'm applying a height multiplier. So I'm doing several steps. And yeah, so this is like the last thing I fixed. This is actually all supposed to be ocean, and for some reason it was not blending very well to 0 altitudes. Chunk altitude right down here is 0, and like for something like, it was like this chunk right here, it's 0.1, and it was not blending properly to the things around it, which are all 0. And so I think what I had to do to that is I just had to make it a small number rather than 0. I had to make it that number, 0.075 for some reason, to get it to actually properly line up. This chunk had that same issue. You can see the materials don't line up, that's to be expected, but also the chunk didn't line up as well. So that's kind of the last thing I fixed. There's still more to do there because yeah, this needs to be water. It needs to be below sea level. Right now it's like just sitting just above sea level. So I think I can probably, I should probably figure out why I didn't like zeros very much and account for that in my blend function somehow. But I'm not exactly sure. I was playing around with the greater thans and less thans to see if it was like an off by one type situation, and couldn't really get anywhere with that. So I think another way I could do is like, I could just make sure that the height map, or not a height map, height curve this should be like at well, let me think about this. Point 3. I feel like that should still be underwater. Why isn't it? Hey Phoenix, how are you? How have you been? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Yeah, I feel like that should still be underwater. And so what would happen after applying the altitude? I would apply mountains, which don't apply to those chunks. And then I would yeah, do the height multiplier. Wait, am I applying that? Where am I applying the height curve? Oh, I'm doing that first. Okay, I changed to doing that first. Okay, so that would be why those aren't. Okay. If I did that last, or at least after altitude, what happens? Do those properly get changed to oceans? Another thing I was trying to do was normalize the mountain border heights, which I already did a pass at, and it involved blending the different height multipliers with the border mountains, but unfortunately that just made my generation take a lot longer. It went from like anywhere from like 6 to 10 seconds all the way up into like the 30-second range. So that's kind of unfortunate. I'm going to try to take a second crack at that and see if I can get that to run a little bit better. It's also not, result is not quite what I want. Yeah, so it took 40 seconds there. And what I was going for was the mountains to be all the same height, regardless of what kind of noise they have, and you can see that's not the case. Okay, but here, okay, so we did apply, okay, so the height curve messed it up again. The height curve messes everything up, I swear, man. Playing with the order of how I apply all this stuff. What I've been doing a lot. And so if I just do change that to just 0, and also let's take out the I don't want to wait 30 seconds every time I test this, so let's just take out the mountains for now. Yeah, just take out the mountains for now. See how much faster that runs without applying the mountains. Yeah, it did it in 7 seconds now. Look at that, that's an interesting landmass though. Okay, yeah, so the height curve just messed everything up over here. And so that is a non-zero chunk altitude. And these are all zeros. And I don't know why the... okay, so this one... This one... Why are these guys not lining up? Oh, those must be on the edge of noise. Huh. I guess if I take the altitude off, then they blend properly. Is that probably what would happen? So I was trying to apply the height curve after the altitude and it didn't change anything. And the altitude it should be blending. Yeah, we are blending to neighbors. So why does the altitude blend properly between chunks? At least I hope it blends properly between chunks. I mean, yeah, these ones all look good. But those are all non-zero ones. So it's really, yeah, it's just the zero chunks. Now, what is the altitude? Hang on, let me take altitude out. I kind of feel like the altitude isn't being applied properly at all. Yeah, that looks the exact same over there. But I guess this is different over here. So okay, the altitude did make a difference. I guess it just didn't come through very much over here. Oh no, because this was a big old mountain right here. So I guess it yeah, and I'm not even on a mountain right now. So if I so the altitude was being applied. Okay, I guess I just don't remember what it looked like without the altitude. And that actually like shaved a second off the generation time, it seems. Back up to 7.2. Which an additional second is not a big deal. Yeah, so there's a big mountain right there. And I'm actually I guess I didn't spawn on a mountain here either. But yeah, it's definitely different. Just I guess it over here just doesn't look that much different. Yeah, these finicky boys over here. Oh no, my battery. My mouse, it's dying. That was me. That was also me. Uh-huh, okay, yeah, I mean, the zeros are not blending at all. If I change that to like 0.01, I don't think it'll blend either. 0.75 was the magic number with the other stuff turned on. Yeah, that didn't make a difference. And this was because I changed it to go after, I did the height curve after. And I wanted to do the height curve after to get the blended values back down into the ground, into the ocean. If I put this back, it's still going to be off because my number's not right. My number should be 0.075. I mean, it's a little bit right. It's a little bit right. But yeah, so this is the original problem. Like right here's off, and then this one's off. Which is weird. Like, why doesn't this one? It's like it's just a problem with this one because these ones are all blended correctly in a tent. Like, why is this one incorrect? So I'm applying a height curve and then I'm blending the altitude. I'm not blending the height curve. I shouldn't have to because the height curve is the same for everything. Although it might not. I might need to blend that as well. Ugh. Hmm. Yeah, what's the deal here? I apply a height curve, which looks like that. And then I blend the altitude values. Let's get those up. Again, the altitude value is like how dark or light each one of these pixels is. Like it's basically like the black-white value extracted. So that one has an altitude of 0.1. This one is 0. And with that one, 0, 0, 0, 0. So like, why don't these two blend? What do the altitude modifier and offsets look like? So at 0 it's like -2. What is that number? Value is -0.2. What is offset? Wait, what? Time is 0.1? I mean, that's not right. Can I get a more... is that 0.75? Is that Y? Is this part Y? 0.75... It says time is 0. Can I get a more... oh, I guess I click on it, right? 0.43. 0.73. So if I make it 0.7339... will it blend properly now? Is this my issue? 0.07339. So I mean, yeah, that. Again, it's above the water now, but all blended it seems. It was that chunk right there. Yeah, and I can't see any seams or anything there. Okay, so it's seeming like this may have something to do with how the offset is applied. Why would that make a difference, though? Let me think. Here's the offset. Here's that value. And so when it's below this number, it would be a negative number. And so what I do is I apply the multiplier, and then I add the offset. And the offset, I guess it was subtracting. And so for a value that was 0, that would be multiply by -0.2. I don't think we can multiply by negative, can we? It seems... why was I... What am I expecting that to happen? What am I expecting to happen there? That would change the value... Okay, interesting. Wait, did I run live coding on that change? No, I didn't. Okay, that's why. I was like, that's the same thing. Okay. Moment of truth. Fuck, okay. Still doesn't blend. I do need it to go negative though. I do need the number itself to go negative, which is why I wanted to apply the offset negative, which still makes sense, I think. But why is that making it to where it doesn't want to match up sometimes? Just want to generate a little bit more coastline here. Why is it so random about, so the altitude is 0.07. Let's just take those out of the equation for a second and see what happens. Okay, so it just never puts them under the water though. And so I have a noise map value. So what this value would be is it has the height curve applied to it, which should be putting some values under 0. Some. I guess those ones are just like right at 0. So here are some under 0. Right, okay, yeah. So, but then the 0 chunks, the chunks with 0 altitude, and therefore 0 height map, right? Zero noise, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, wait, where am I doing that? Blend to neighbor noises, generate noise value. I mean, I guess it would have to be in the altitude blending where I make those go underwater. Yeah, that would have to be. Let's just do the altitude offset. Just an offset. Question mark? Why? Because there should be negative values. There should be negative values now. Or wait, I was looking at it wrong. Okay, I don't know why. I thought this area over here was this area. Okay, I was looking at it wrong. I'm dumb. Okay, same issue. Same issue. It also seems to blend properly right on that edge. See, it happens on very random chunks. Let's see what happens now. If I were to change the offset to no longer make it negative. Yeah, that seems to line up. So, what's wrong with the negative values? Ooh, never mind, it's not. It's not. That one was. Just trying to remember how I was generating the altitude values. Hmm. Okay, no answers there. But yeah, it's essentially, and I imagine if I change that to, what was this one, 0.001? 0.001. I imagine if I did that now, is that little sliver that was exposed going to go away? No. Okay. I hate Unreal Engine's undo system. It drops the undo stack once you hit save. Like there's got to be a better way. And so I was originally doing times altitude modifier plus altitude offset. So let's just try to times by altitude modifier now and see what happens. And so I originally did have that at -2 as well. Okay, so just applying the curve as a multiplier doesn't do anything because they're all assumedly above 0 now. Is that the issue right there? That's probably the issue. I just shouldn't have that at all. Hang on. That's probably the issue. Oh, I hope that's the answer. If that feels so right. Oh, that was it. Okay. Oh, I hate that I left that in there. So, okay, so the reason I left that in there was to, let me turn that light on. The reason I had this little check in here was because I wanted, so what this function, let me talk about what this function does real quick. So, given a world vert location, it calls this function that just extracts value, which passes in the chunk coordinate and the world vertex location. This allows me to reuse this function for whatever blending I want to do based on whatever value, right? This is like for the current chunk value, and then it gets the neighbor chunk value where it acts as if it basically does like a distance check with the world vertex location to the neighbor chunk coordinate. And when I extract value there, for something like altitude, I just return the neighbor chunk altitude number, and it'll blend based on that. For other things like noise, I would need to actually run like a function and like generate some noise with different, like this call would be generating noise for the current terrain chunk at that world vert location, but then this one would be generating this world vert location with the neighbor chunk's noise would be how I use that. And so why I did that check right here was to give this function a way to say, hey, ignore me, which I didn't actually end up using. But the ignore me was like, hey, if I'm less than 0, just ignore me. But I'm now seeing that that caused some wuxiness that was throwing me way off. And now it's correct. Nice, okay. So I'll have to maybe change the signature of that function if I ever want the ability to have values be ignored, but I'm not using that kind of functionality yet, so. Let's get back to the border mountain normalization, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be fixed now, the coastline, the 0 issue. Now, with the borders on, without blending, it's going to be like 10 seconds, I think. It's going to add like 3 or 4 seconds onto the generation time. Yeah, it's now we're at 10.7 seconds. And you can see that it's not lining up because I'm not blending. And I didn't used to have to blend this, but I think it's because I'm applying the height curve first. If I apply the height curve at the end, I think it gets better. Let me see what happens when I'm just going to move the height curve blending up through the stack and see what happens. So it made more water. Now, the coastline was like down here. And then it moved it up a little bit. Didn't help us with our mountain issue there. And again did. Okay. So let's just we're moving that back up. Uncommenting that. And so blend neighbors to weighted average. So I guess what I should do here is say like if border splines dot is not empty, and that'll save us some performance, because it used to be 30-40 seconds, upwards of 40 seconds here on this. I think I can still see the 39-40 seconds there. Yeah, I mean I can hear how long this is taking because my computer gets louder. Oh wow, it's taking a lot longer? Question mark. Why would that take even longer? What is happening? I mean, it said, okay, that said 40 seconds. That felt like so much longer than 40 seconds. So that didn't actually save much, if anything. I mean, I guess apply border mountains would return if border splines is empty, but it still has to iterate over the neighbor chunks and stuff. I'm not sure why that didn't save me anything. Yeah, well, the goal I'm trying to get at is to have these border mountains be the same height relative to the altitude of their chunks that they're in. Also, why are they getting cut off towards the coastlines? We'd like them to go all the way to the coastline. I mean, I guess that does. Yeah, I mean, I guess that chunk isn't, it's not a border chunk because it's just sticking out there. So that one just kind of looks weird. Interesting, so it's actually using the... It's using the ocean chunks. But not for this one. As much. Huh. What happens if I don't multiply by a negative number? God, I'm really upset at how long the border mountains take to create. I really don't want to sit here for almost a whole minute every time. Almost 40.9 on the dot again. Yeah, I mean that the height curve multiplier didn't, or the border. What am I trying to say? The altitude multiplier didn't seem to make much of a difference. But it's interesting to me that these chunks that have 0 altitude are blending like that. And what is this one's height? 0.3. Yeah, that's quite high. 0.1 is quite low. Is this one? Yeah, I mean, I guess when it goes from 0.3 to 0, that's kind of what happens. Over here, 0.2, 0.16, yeah, these ones are kind of like on average lower. Not an issue for now, but I'm interested to see what changes that. back to my border mountains, which look fine now and are blended together properly, but one, it takes quite a while. Two, where the hell is my... There used to be an entrance right here. What happened to that? I got rid of my entrance. I guess that's what happens when you normalize it. All my entrances are gone. Do you want to go over there? Yeah, it'd be really nice to not have to blend. Oh, that's a nice little corridor. Is that actually where the It might be. That might actually be where the... Now I'm also on an entrance, or at least close to one, which I think is probably that. That shape probably indicates it pretty well. So they're still there, they're just like, the noise is kind of hiding them quite a bit, I guess, is what's happening. And so here's how I was just dividing by the height multiplier. Because the height multiplier is what takes it up to that high, I think. So the multiplier is definitely the thing that we want to add. The height multiplier we want to add at the very end, because that's what takes values... Well, I guess altitude blending kind of takes them out of the 0-1 range as well, potentially. Takes them to into the negative range. But I suppose the height curve does that as well. So what if I moved mountains to last, and then let's not blend. Or do anything like that. Let's just apply a flat offset. Because I guess, want it to be the same height relative to the altitude, so maybe that's just what I have to do. and I don't have to do any fancy math. But I guess the issue is, after the height curve multiplier is applied, I'm not really adding. I'm not adding enough. Yeah, so because now there's none. I mean, there's a little bit added on the edges, but it's so small you can't even tell. Plus mountain offsets. Should be noise map val plus that. Because what is the... Yeah, maybe that's what I should just do. Border fall off. What is border fall off curve? I think that's this one. Okay. So that would effectively end up being double at its peak. And then I can multiply that from there. That only took 10 seconds to generate, so that's a lot better than the 40 seconds we were waiting before when we were trying to blend it pre-height curve application, or a height multiplier application. Okay, I was hoping to see mountains, and I see none, or borders rather. Okay, so that still didn't work. Noise map value plus noise map value times mountain height offset. Border fall off curve. In world data. Let me make sure I have that right. Yeah, that was correct. That do be correct. So, and that takes a value between 0 and 1 and just kind of smooths it. Okay, so it's literally just smoothing. That's it. Okay, so mountain height offset is going to be a value between 0 and 1. Let me look at what alpha is. Yeah, so we're doing distance max. Okay, yeah, so that should be a value between 0 and 1. And so noise map, and then when I'm applying the border mountains, the height curve should already be applied. Height multiplier, rather. Why do I feel like that should be working? Let's times it by like 5 or something to just turn noise map value plus... Wait, was I actually doing it correctly? Noise map value equals... Okay. Which just returns it plus that. Okay, yeah. Yes. I really hope this method will work to make the world generation faster. Okay, there they are. There they are. Okay, so the mountains are quite noisy. They're a little spiky. That one just looks like a giant middle finger. Look at that, it's like the world is just flipping me off. And where's my entrance? Is my entrance being properly shown to me here? So the entrance should be like, what chunk is that? Yellow, blue, 2, -1. That right here, 2, -1. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess it's that little dip there. There just happens to be a splotch of noise on the other side, so it's kind of hiding it. Let's actually run over there. These mountains actually look like you can, for the most part, climb up on them. Ignore those scenes. LOD difference. Yeah, I mean, I can just run straight up this. I just want to get a feel for this little... This is supposed to be an entrance. So if you can imagine a little path going up here, which would be kind of cool. Okay, so why is this happening? When I just... Yeah, 'cause I'm just taking the noise value and adding. So at the very... yeah. Yeah... There's another little entrance right here. So what do I want here? I do want some noise, but I don't want it to be too much. So I guess... I can just like take the... I think I can probably take the border fall off curve and just... if I just like... compress it a little bit, maybe that'll help me here. And so what if I take... do this, and then times 5.0 before I do the mess with the border fall off curve. Yeah, definitely 0. I definitely shouldn't. Yeah. I should probably still do that compression. Oh my goodness. Okay. What on earth happened here? What on earth? So everything that was within distance of a border spline got crazy adjusted. How wacky. Okay. So that's just not going to blend at all. Let's do 2.0. Then I'm gonna compress that smoothing curve because I definitely don't want 0 values. At least 0.3, and we'll just do. We won't do something too high, so 0.7. There we go. So that should reduce the amount of drastic mountain noise. Uh-huh. Wait, what? Wait, why? I guess because they're not true values anymore? Wait, what? And when I change the curve... Wait, am I getting values? Where is the button? There's a button. It's like change what happened. Yeah. And so what are these numbers I'm getting in here? It should be between 0 and 1, right? Yeah, I'm clamping. I almost want to... I was gonna say get the max height of the zone or something like that, but if I did it based on the zone, then I would have to blend it. Okay, what happens if I just take this down to like 0.7? If I just reduce the top? Do I still get that drastic change difference, or is it only when I take off the bottom? And I'll try the opposite after this. Okay, so no issues there. Take that up to 1. Take this up to 0.3. Okay, yeah, so that's what happens. Okay. Okay. So I basically need that to be at 0? But what if I just did that? They're not going to be very high, I suppose. That one's still very high. So how do I flatten? How do I flatten what I'm doing here? It's like I wanna like converge these values somehow, and I don't know how to. Because when I do, I'm like compressing it down, which reduces mountain height. So that would reduce like the amount of mountain that I'm applying, but it's times the noise map value. Times 2, which times 2 would just be the same as if I just increased that a little bit. if I did something like that, then it would like cut off the top, if I'm not mistaken, of some mountains. It would be like flattened. Guess not quite. So I'm multiplying by 2. But 0 is still adding 0. And I do need 0 in there so that these don't get applied. This doesn't get applied. Well, maybe if I just do like, maybe I add the same. If I do that, am I allowed to compress that curve? No, I'm not. If it's not empty, let me do that. Yeah. Because I guess like when I apply board, the check's already built in. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Okay. There is some math here I can do, right? Like I don't need to blend this. There is some math I can do. Maybe I don't multiply it by the noise. But so I have the noise map value at these locations, and I have this noise data, of which I have the height multiplier, which has already been applied. And I think if I use the height multiplier, like if I were to times this by the height multiplier, I'm pretty sure the borders will no longer match up. I'm like 99% sure they won't match up now. Oh, I also didn't change the curve back, is that right? No. Yeah, I mean they definitely don't match up. Even if they did though. Is there a way for me to kind of extract the height multiplier out of here? Do I even need to do that, or do I just need to multiply this by some number? if I just multiply by like 30. I think I have to multiply it by 100 or something. 30's not gonna be, no, 30's not gonna be high enough at all. Well, sort of high enough. I guess it would need to be. I did 100. I mean, that looks right. That looks like what I want. Okay, let's extract this number. What do I call this? Or should I just do it as a part of the curve, right? Because I can just put that in the curve. No, because that's gonna look terrible. It's gonna be hard to work with. And so I guess I just want like a borders. I want some sort of multiplier. A float for like border mountain multiplier. I think maybe you start that at like just 50. I'll have to rebuild there. I have to rebuild there. That's okay though, because we're moving along. And get rid of that. Blend in height curve and am I even using that anymore? Yeah, I guess the secret was just doing the mountains at the very end. So they weren't affected by the height multiplier. That's what I should have done from the get-go. Okay, so world map. Pull that up. Okay, there's our multiplier 50. Let's see what 50 looks like. Might not be too bad. So I'm not like this. This entrance over here really gets hidden. that an artifact of what I'm doing, or is that just this, I guess like sort of, it's both, right? It's not just what I'm doing, it's the fact that there's also noise here that's... Because what I'm doing is just adding, I'm just adding blatantly on top of it. So if there's noise there, this is supposed to be my entrance. Which, this could be a kind of cool entrance if I can't get up. Like, I don't think I can walk up these mountains up here. Right, yeah, we get like stuck. I get up right here. Okay, so we may need to make it a little bit higher. Maybe 75 is what I want. I don't actually care if there's some spots that the player can get up on the mountains on. I just want at least most of them. Because, like, I think it'll be cool for the player to, like, find an area where they can get into the next zone. You know, maybe there is a little bit of noise in the current zone that allows them to get up. So now that looks more like a like an entrance. Like if I were running around, I would be like, how the hell am I gonna get up? Oh, yeah, I can get over there right there. Let's pop out and look around and like. And so I'm thinking about situations like this, where there's like a little patch of noise right next to the mountains that like kind of acts as like a stepping stone. Get up there. If there's situations like that, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I think those will actually be kind of cool to find in the world. I guess that's even more evident over here. Like, you could find a path to get up there. Potentially. But yeah, getting some paths to go through these entrances would be really cool. And kind of have those paths be carved into... And it shouldn't be too hard, right? It shouldn't be too hard, because we know how to work with splines now. And then what I do for the path is kind of the opposite of what I do for the mountains, right? Because I want to like sink the terrain down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Sink it down. And like you can imagine like a little windy path going up this yeah, and a little path going down here perhaps. And then I guess you could do something as well for like the angle or the incline between each spline point or each vertex. If the angle is too much, then the player wouldn't be able to follow the path. You subtract it down to where it's enough, and then that would potentially carve into this even more. Yeah, this is looking really good now. I want to go check out, let's go check out this area, because that actually looked kind of cool earlier. This is like a really high altitude area. Okay. Oh my, okay. Okay, so there very clearly is an entrance, and that looks like a very cool entrance. I love the transition between these two zones. Like, you know, you're standing up here looking down in there. That's awesome. Like, you finally get up here and you're like, oh, what's up here? And you look, oh, shit. And so this is, I guess, this is the blue zone. And so for the cyan, That entrance is a lot harder to see. It's this one, essentially, I think. I don't do zone entrance chunks anymore, I guess. Let me... So it's negative 16.3 is what it's on. It's this one. Yeah, huh. So, I guess I'm a little worried about some of these zone entrances not actually ending up being able to be used as entrances. I mean, that's kind of what we're seeing here. But where the hell am I? Yeah, I want to go north. Yeah, this is my very mountainous, like sharp mountains type zone that'll be kind of difficult to navigate through, almost like a Stone Talon Mountains type of vibe is what I was going for. Definitely wouldn't be able to walk up there. Hmm. Is that it? Oh my god, this is too steep. So is 75 too much? Maybe I should turn it down to like 65? So where am I in relation to this supposed entrance? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not even nowhere to be found, really. Why is that? I guess the noise is so noisy in both of these zones that it doesn't come through. Let's look for some more examples. There's three entrances all over here, so let's go check out this area. This is my gently rolling meadows type noise. Let's face north. I should do a compass. I would really like a compass. There should be an entrance. So this is, there is an entrance right there. That does look like an entrance. Now it looks like it's really, when the noise is different, it looks like, they look like entrances. Quite well. Those mountains look kind of I mean, I am doing like I'm doing like a circular distance for the entrance and just like subtracting that. So I guess that makes sense. I guess I could apply a curve to that alpha as well. Yeah, if I apply the curve, so I'm doing alpha minus entrance alpha. If I rather do that, and then subtract them, would it give me a better, would it make that not so drastic, I think? Because I'm now smoothing two of the values with this curve. Where am I in the world, so just so I know? Okay, so I'm over here in this red zone, so we're going to come back and check that out now that I made that change. Oh, and then I also wanted to like change the border mountain multiplier a little bit as well. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. Voting. Okay, hang on, pause. That did actually, that smoothed it a lot, actually. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Sick. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to see some more entrance. Is that an entrance? I think I can probably close these now. It probably was an entrance, so let's go over, let's check out this yellow zone. Oh, I guess I also wrote which noise each of these are rendered with. Each of these zones are rendered with, so... Fuck. Keep falling through the goddamn world. Okay, there we go. So there's the yellow zone. It'll be like that. Ish. So I guess these two, the blue and the yellow, are the same noise. Default, yeah, okay. So I guess it was maybe just the, yeah, because that cuts through very nicely. That's a nice entrance. Look at this cozy little swamp area. Oh, this is so cute. I gotta go over there. Oh no, oh no, I'm good, I'm good. I do very much need a compass, because I'm getting lost in my own goddamn world that I've created. I'm very anti-minimap. I know, that's my hot take. I think minimaps actually take away from the world. I think it takes you, if you ever like go through and play vanilla WoW, like just turn off your minimap. Just you can hit X on it and it'll go away. And you will be looking at your map more, like the big map, like this one. But what you'll start to do, and this is something you can, if you play a game like Minecraft, you'll directly realize it, is you'll start to actually look at the world differently. It's kind of crazy if you think about it and pay attention to it. And the world means it. You perceive it differently because it means something different. Because now you're looking at landmarks and stuff. And like when we all play Minecraft, what's one of the first things we do when we go exploring? Start building the fucking flame pylon all the way up in the goddamn sky so you can see where you're at. And you're like, oh, I see one of my torch pylon things, or you drop the lava bucket from the top of it or something like that. Oh yeah, dude, I'm loving these entrances though. Loving these. Now, there's quite a sharp trough here. I would like that to be a bit smoother. I thought my curve was quite smooth already. And so, distance to entrance. Yeah, I mean, if I'm applying the same curve to it. Automatic tangents, yeah. I don't know if that'll make a difference there. No, we want the oh. Maybe that'll smooth out that trough. But yeah, I'm loving the transition between these zones. What kind of zone is it gonna be? Yeah, that's a good moment when you come over the crest and you get to see what the zone is. I mean, even if you're looking at it from that perspective as well. So this is like the swampy type zone. Could use some work. It's more like a lowlands or wetlands, and of course it's affected by the altitude of the zone, which is something I'll need to do with my noises as well, is have altitude restrictions on them, or perhaps they'll have different curves as to how altitude affects them. Yeah, that's looking cool. So let's find one of the... is test one of my ones that's like super spiky? I forget. I have short mountains, test, gently rolling hills, test. Actually not a whole lot of... Actually, how would you even... You can't even like get over here. You have to go boom, boom. I mean, you can't even, well, I guess you could. I mean, there's a wall right here, right? You'd have to, so you could swim around it, I guess, but that's could be very defensive. But once you're over here, then you go boom, 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 boom. I guess you can't really get to, there's a wall. I guess you can't, my borders are so good that they no longer, you cannot use them for two different zones anymore, which you used to be able to. And this will look even cooler when I get to different materials as well. But yeah, let's check out, this is the test noise, that's gently rolling. That's sharp mountains, what's that, giant default. Yeah, let's go check out these entrances. What is this, what noise is this? This is, okay, this is swamp, actually. And you can see how the swamp, like, when you put it in, higher terrain, it gets less, higher altitude, it gets less swampy. There's the actual swamp over there. Yeah, there's my, the borders here. Okay, so my test is not what I thought it was. Let's go check this out over here. This is like barely a zone. Very interesting that there's like, it's like an inner, what do you call, this is what it's called, like an isthmus or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's my sharp mountains. Okay, is this the entrance? Okay, so the entrance actually comes through right there, and it's actually kind of cool. Now, where else were the, was that the only entrance in there? It was, okay. I want to go to the, maybe the other side of the map now. So here's Sharp Mountains up here with 2 entrances. Okay, so I feel like it was maybe just that one zone. Good. I'm checking multiple now, and it seems more fine. Is this also Sharp Mountains as well? It is. We got 2 Sharp Mountains next to each other, and the entrance came through. I'm just looking for some more Sharp Mountain areas. Let's check this one out. Yeah, I mean you can get through there. Okay, so it kind of just seemed like maybe a one-off error or close to one-off. Kind of sad this increases near the edge. Did I hang on, I think I may know why that is. 0-1, 0-1, okay. Okay, maybe I don't know why that is. Thought maybe I had actually raised a tangent a little bit to cause the edges to pop up, the edges near the coastlines. This is looking really cool though. I just want to keep exploring. Now, maybe I should, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna turn up the, let's turn up the view distance here. Double it. So it's gonna take longer to load, but I should be able to see more. And it'll give a really good sense of the world. Oh, okay, let's see how long this takes. Feels like a while. Feels like a while. Okay, this feels like a long time. Is it like exponentially higher? Okay, so what was our time? $35 seconds. 35 seconds. Look how much we can see. Look at that. Look at that world. That's crazy looking. I think I should just do like a random noise scale. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I feel like the mountains don't go far enough out though. They kind of stop prematurely before the coastline happens. Definitely want to tinker with that a little bit. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go check out an island and see what an island looks like. We'll go right there. So yeah, gonna take a while again. Seems like the generation takes exponentially longer the more chunks that I try to load. It's not like a linear increase. Okay. So do a soft landing here. Oop, oop. Okay. So I'm facing north, right? That's north. Look at that island. Look at that. Yeah, the mountains are still very straight, but they're a lot better than what they used to be. Why is that entrance so big? Oh, I know why. Because again, because the coastlines are too far out. Coastlines are too far out. Far out, man. So that is technically an entrance, and that's actually like the perfect location for an entrance, right? Uh-oh, what is happening there? That is no bueno. What is happening? No! We've got what we have here, I think. Is a border spline out of order. Let me look. Now these will probably... I'm going to start from the lower... Yep, yep. Look at that. How did that happen? Okay. So what I do for these border splines is because I'm sampling actually multiple points on this spline per chunk, it makes it really difficult to put them in order. If I was just doing one per chunk, it would be very easy. Like say, for example, this chunk, I'm actually sampling the point on the top half right here, and then the point on the right half right there. And I'm guessing what's happening here is that the logic that I have is what I have is like I have which chunks are border chunks, and then I have to pick one of those to start at, and then I kind of walk and I add all these points to the spline, and then I try to order them based on distance. The next closest one comes next, but I'm guessing I probably started here. How would this have happened? First blind point. Actually, maybe the way, because what I also have to, because it's on a coastline, I have to kind of patch together these splines in some cases, because I might start. The spline may have started at that point, and then it may have gone this way, and then I was like, okay, the next closest one is then that one. Oh, I just added a bunch. Ignore that. But next closest one would be that one. So I kind of have to like build the spline in a very particular way. And so I guess maybe it could also be the way I'm patching them together at the end. Did that. Okay, so there is still an error there. Don't know that I feel like fixing that right now. But it's good to know. It's also cool to see this little island. Is that an entrance too? It might be. Yeah, it might be. It's probably that white dot. The white dots are entrances, by the way. Just for my debugging purposes. Or wait, that was... Oh no, that was the middle one I was looking at. Okay. Again, a compass would be nice. Maybe I should work on that next so I can actually know where the hell I'm going. Oh my god, are you serious? No? Okay, we're gonna teleport over there then. Okay, we've made it through. The world is actually quite big. It is quite large. I'm really digging the entrances though. I think the transition between zones is really cool. It kind of gives you that sense of awe that you used to have back in the day. Oh, what's over there? Shall I check out a different area? Let's just go like right in the middle up here. So that'll load for a while. Yeah, I guess I said I wanted to turn down the height multiplier for the mountains a little bit to like something like 65. But I mean, the world is in a really good place right now. I'm quite happy with it. Let's see, where am I? Okay, facing south. Let's look north. Actually, what I should do is I should refactor it. Because right now my y coordinates are flipped upside down because when I first started this like a year and a half ago, I was following a Unity tutorial whose coordinates are flipped. So so they're all wrong for what I have. That's cool. I'm glad I turned the view distance up so now I can actually see all the way to the other side. And so this is an interesting one because oh no, it does have an entrance. Okay. I was thinking that this was like an interesting one because it didn't have any entrances, but I think I wrote the code such that every zone has at least one entrance, if I'm not mistaken. But that doesn't necessarily mean that there can't just be like two zones that don't have any other entrances except to themselves. Now I was thinking that it would be pretty cool to have this zone be like some sort of zone that's just completely blocked off, right? It's almost like a Lost City of Atlantis type situation. So these areas seem kind of plain. Because it's just, I think this is just my large noise, right? This is my, oh, that's the test. So I got 3 test areas right next to each other, so it's not very interesting. Walking from one to another. Now this big red one's kind of crazy. Oh, I kind of like what happened here. You guys see this? You see that right there? So it put, it kind of created like a weird entrance. It like created a, like kind of curved around and then just kind of opened up. It's cool. That is cool. It's an interesting entrance. Quite large as well. And then do we have, yeah, here's my extra spiky, which is the red sharp mountains. Yeah, let's go over here. I don't know if I checked out this area or not already. Yeah, the high view distance is nice, but it takes way longer to generate each time. Okay, I do see a clear entrance right there. Yeah. This sharp mountains zone is going to be quite annoying to navigate around in. You can't see a goddamn thing. But it should make it interesting for like base raids and stuff like that. There should be some very strategic positions to build your base and stuff in there. But you know, maybe it's a little scarce on resources because there's so many mountains. Look at that, like right into a swamp. That's so cool. So cool. There we are. Completely new zone. Yeah, I definitely need to change how the swamp handles altitude, because it kind of just like, it either makes too much swamp or not enough. It's kind of what ends up happening. These ones are actually alright. That one's like, meh. Oh, but there's another entrance right here. So yeah, glad to see that my sharp mountain zones you can actually get into. Hi, Moxie. Did this one end up having any? No, I guess it's a coastline one though. Okay. So, yeah. Now what do I want to do? Because I feel like I'm at a very good spot here. I'm gonna take this down to like 120. I want to commit this. That's what I want to do. And what was the point of this? What did what did I do here? So this is like normalize border mountains and properly apply height curve. I think that's what I was doing with all this. Push all that. Yeah. One moment. Okay. Okay, so that's all committed. Now what? Now what? Yeah, so I could fix that Y coordinate issue, which is kind of going to be a pain. But I should probably fix it sooner rather than later. Oh, I don't want to be stuck in the middle of that though. Because, I mean, so much is based on that Y coordinate. I could also look into blending materials, but like I'm terrible at materials, and I don't think that that's good stream material. I'm gonna need to do a lot of learning there. There'll be a lot of staring at the screen for me. Even 120 seems kind of long. I turned the PCG on, so it's going to take even longer because of that. There's 35 seconds there. Yeah, here's what the world looks like with all stuff in it now. I did just categorize a bunch of assets, so maybe I can work on different biome, the PCG stuff. Maybe that's what I can work on. And there we are. Yeah, right now I think I only have like 2 graphs. Why I got a floating rock? What's happening here? I done goofed, didn't I? Yeah, so I suppose for the different like biomes per zone, because like I have biome zones on this map, and then I have biome zones like noises, or like I have the noise map biome, and then I have like the PCG biome, and they're 2 kind of separate things. And I guess let me look at my noise. No, what was it? World data. It was terrain noise data, right? So I guess I could have a list here. I could have a list here of like applicable PCG graphs to apply. Because the PCG component right now is just listening to the colors. The color dictates what PCG puts there. But the color has nothing to do with what noise is there. Alexandru, hello. How are you? How's it going? I just got done with some pretty good updates to the procedural terrain system. Everything's looking really nice. We got different types of noises blending in between different zones. We've got like some really cool looking entrances in between those zones. What's Pirate Software up to? I saw he was catching some flack for his take on what is it like? The whole games should last forever or whatever. I forget what it's called, but that they're trying to preserve live service games, essentially, is what my takeaway. But yeah, I could just make it to where the color it stays that way, and the color is just well. But I would want to make sure that I'm not rendering like a noise that's like weird for whatever PCG graph is in there. So I think I would probably have to add some sort of parameter on my terrain noise data for like what PCG graphs are there. He's right in my opinion, but what makes me sad is that he tries to help. Yeah, I'm not fully up to date on that whole thing. I just read some brief stuff on Reddit about it. What's his take was like he had some problems with like the movement, right? Drama lovers lie that he deletes comments. I mean, he's got 14,000 people in his channel. Like, you got to delete some comments at that point. Doesn't even matter what the hell you're talking about. But I mean, I guess they're just saying that he doesn't want to be challenged. I highly doubt that's the case from Thor. They lie that he deletes YouTube comments that say opinions he doesn't agree with. I mean, yeah, I just can't imagine that that's coming from Thor himself, right? He doesn't seem like that kind of person. There are thousands of them that are there. I mean, yeah, case in point. He can't delete all of them, right? Like, there'd be way too many. It's such a weird I didn't think that type of a movement would be that controversial. Because isn't the idea, like, for these, something like, say, vanilla World of Warcraft, like, there are people who want to play it in its original incarnation. And they don't want to play the latest version of it, so they would like, when you purchase a live service game, to have some sort of agreement that I can continue playing this on my own. Kind of thing, right? Not necessarily that the company has to do anything about it, just that it's okay to do things like build a private server and stuff for it. My PC is like on fire right now. I'm using 30 gigs of memory for Unreal Engine, and another 5 for Rider. But the most people that believe this are kids, most likely, yeah. Very impressionable, those kids these days. I mean, is it really that big of a deal? I mean, the difference in opinion seems very minor. But again, I don't fully understand the whole thing, so don't take my word for it. But yeah, I want some PCG graphs in my terrain noise, I think. I think that's probably the best move. They should maybe have weights to them as well. And then the PCG biomes can select from there rather than using color. So I'm going to have to change the biome core graph, which is going to be kind of annoying. It's a pretty massive graph. Yeah, it's going to be in one of these nodes that I'll have to change, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'll be honest, the EU is kind of a pain in the ass with their laws. Like, we have multiple engineers on our team right now dedicated to projects to basically solve problems that EU laws have put in place for us. So you solve the biomes. The biome, not sure, there have been many problems, and I have solved quite a few of them. Not sure which problem you're talking about. I mean, it's been a journey, that's for sure, and I'm at a pretty good place right now. But yeah, we have biomes. We have different noises in each zone. I have the ability to render different PCG graphs in each zone. It's actually, I want to go to the Sharp Mountains area over here. Yeah, I don't remember when the last time you were here was, Alexandru, so I'm not sure. I'd like to catch you up, but I'm not. Again, I don't remember what you've seen and what you haven't seen. I've been doing a lot of, I think for probably the most recent stuff I've been doing is all like blending, noise blending related things. Do I not have PCG over here? Does my PCG box not extend all the way out? The biome link, I think. Oh, the blending, yeah. Blending is complete, and I blended a lot of different things. Blending noise, blending like height maps, or height multipliers and curves, and blending altitudes, and applying these border mountains as well. So those are like the different steps that are happening in this generation. I clicked on the world map, which was a mistake. I was trying to see how far out I had my PCG stuff generating. But because my world map has a reference to like every biome in it, and every biome has a reference to every single chunk, it takes a while. There we go. And we're back. I'm so happy you solved it. I am too. That's a major milestone. You can see how cool it is, right? I mean, these are all the same noises, but like I was just running around earlier and like looking at the transition between zones, and it's a really cool feeling, right? Like you're in this zone, you know. I mean, I guess I can see the edge of the generation right there. But you're in this zone, you know, and you finally, you're looking for a way out of it. You finally see this little part here, and then you're like running up. And then you finally, it's kind of like a, you know, you get to see what's in the next zone. It's kind of like an awe-inspiring type moment, to me at least. I think it'll be really fun, especially when I start getting more different noises and stuff. Because this is all very simple Perlin noise, and there's just completely different noise generation algorithms that you can do. And this is all just with like pretty much the same generation algorithm, just using different parameters. So. And then I need to fill out the zones with stuff, which I already sort of have, but again, it's just the same right now. It's just basically trees. But this volume, I wanted to like draw this, right? Visible, what was it? It was hidden in game or something, right? I should be able to see. Oh, there it is. Okay. You can barely see it. Okay, so I'd have to go in like the bottom part over here, I suppose. Okay, give me some PCG. Unreal Engine's using 35 gigs. Okay, so this actually picked, this is a good example of two different PCG graphs. It actually picked my meadow graph. I only have two different ones right now, and it's kind of shitty. It's not good. I just picked a bunch of random foliage and shit that I have. Yeah, no trees in this one. I need to align them better to the slope. I was hoping to see what the trees look like in there, but that's okay. Yeah, so let me try and figure out. Let me put a parameter in here. Which direction should I go with this, though? Because I have biome graphs. Should I have which noises the biome graphs can apply to in the biome graph, or should I have which biomes can apply to the noise in the noise data? My first instinct was to put the biome, the PCG graphs in here. I have a list of them. I guess I feel like putting it in C++ in here would be the best case. Because then I have the biome component, I have the biome zone, which would have a selection of the noise data. And yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do that. Height, noise, curves. Just gonna copy paste this in here, put this in like biome. T array of, I guess it's gonna be UPC, T object pointer of PCG graphs. Right? Is that the right type? Hang on. Or should it rather be this? Well, that's just the biome definition. Oh, I'm gonna have to re-go through all of this whole system that they have here. Assets. Okay, so this defines like... I've totally forgotten what I've done here. My forest graph data. This has the PCG graph. It just has the built-in, like, not built-in, but like the sample project biome, PCG biome sample or whatever it's called. It just has so many layers of abstraction, and it's like, why do I have a mesh here, but yet when I look in here, like, I mean, the graph is what actually is, for me at least, what's it has assets in it. I guess I get that. Yeah, okay, I think I get why they're doing that, now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, because, like, really you would want... So let's take my forest graph that runs on startup here. You know, I could use the same graph, but with different assets. Yeah, that's why they're doing it. And like, I could have an array for trees and shit. What is this? Is that trees? Yeah. I wish this would show by default. I thought there was a way to do that. Show these bubbles by default. I thought I enabled that. Yeah, but I could have, like, this is my tree static mesh spawner, and I have some statically placed trees in here. I suppose I could extract these as an attribute, right? Or no, can I not do that with this? Oh god, of course, every time I change something. Graph set. There's a way to turn off, right? I thought there was a way to turn off, like, automatic rebuilding or whatever. Or would I need to do that? Activated. There was a way, right? To pause region. That's what it is. You pause the region, and then it won't. Okay. Yeah. So I guess how would I guess I'm just trying to think about my overall setup for this structure. For I'm gonna get these randomized biomes and stuff. I guess I would want it in that kind of a structure. But there's like so many. There's so many parameters in here. They've just like heavily generified their biome graphs. This is an asset? What even was that? I was trying to look at the parent class for this, but I see there's like nothing in here. There it is. Or no, that's class D. I mean, well, yeah, there's like nothing in here. I think what I'll probably just do for now, because I'm not really using, I think I'll work towards that. Let's just start with the simple array like I was doing. Biome graphs. Okay, put that in there. Let's rebuild there. Well, before we do that, I guess we have to assign it to the biome zone. We have to pick one and assign it. Right. In my biome component, I'm doing that somewhere. Select biome noise data. Okay. And I suppose I'll want to do a rand range again, but for biome zone, and then the biome zone is going to need ECG graph. We'll just say biome graph. Biome zone dot biome graph is going to be equal to just the random sample from the terrain noise that we've chosen. Wait, why doesn't it like that? Terrain noise data. Is that why? Wait, why can't what? I'm so confused. Oh, it's in data, not terrain. That would make sense. Okay, so does that make you happy now? Or no, I have to do that. I'm so dumb. I'm dumb. Okay, but that's at least randomly sampled. I'll just need to make sure that those are actually populated. Let's actually, so this doesn't crash, I'll say if this is not empty, then we'll do that. So we don't necessarily need one of those. Okay, so now let's rebuild. And once we have that, we're going to figure out how to tie the PCG stuff all the way back into this. I think I'll run to the restroom real quick while that's running as well. Okay. We're up and running. Get rid of that. We'll keep that out. What I need to look at, I don't know that I care about that. Okay, so now what I need to start doing is digging through this monstrosity. And it's doing it based off of colors that it grabs from some actors that are in the world. And I have to figure out where that was, that they were doing that. That is the location volume that it's doing. Snap to biome color. Late for me again. See you another stream and good luck. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good night, and I hope to see you again. Biome cache, is this where we do it at? It's actually kind of big. I'm actually gonna, let's get rid of all these. It's distracting. Biome actors, is this where we're doing it? Keeping awesome. Hey, you too, mate. Appreciate that. Okay, so here's the we're getting PCG biome actor. And we're getting the biome definitions from those. Okay. So rather than doing that, I guess maybe I will need the biome definitions because that's what this is all like. What is it doing with those? It's just a color. I don't want to have to rely on a color, to be honest with you. Although that does make it easy. There is some debugging utility there. And maybe that's why they've done it. I guess I would just have to... I guess I'd have to assign each one a color. I mean, I guess if it already has a color, though, that's fine. The colors just aren't going to match up with what is in the world map. And I think that's okay. Because really what I did with the colors on the world map was just make... I used them to make different zones from Voronoi cells. Getting Z extents? What is ZX10s doing? Okay, I'm gonna run this just so I can inspect some of the values. It should still work. And not crash. Famous last words. Okay. Biome cache inject biome actors is what we're looking at here. Okay, let's debug that. Or no, not debug. I want to, what is it, A? I want A, not D. I'm trying to look at the data here. Why is there no data available? Question mark. It's been so long since I've worked with this, I'm like fumbling around now. I'm inspecting it. I guess because it didn't run or something? Because it was cached? Why, like, why can't I see data here, though? Yeah, I guess I don't care. Just show me what data you're getting. I've totally forgotten how to use all of this. Is there nothing that's like populated in here? Okay, that has data. Okay, interesting. Can I see anything here? Wait, is that just not even running? Points to inject. Okay. Yeah, points to inject says no data available. This is called inject biome actors. This is just injecting points. Yeah, I feel like it was assigned biome texture colors to active points. It'd be nice if it actually, you know, said the stuff on which parts was doing that. So, I mean, this is, I don't see anything happening with color here. Yeah, this is just returning some points. Vector data. It's just getting a single point. And so here, PCG biome setup, which is what stores the definitions. We're merging the biome setup with the biome actor. Okay. You know, it would be really nice if I could see data. There we go. Thank you. Okay, I do see... Hey, Sneaker. Welcome, mate. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so I am seeing color here. I don't know if that's... Is that the right color? Is this where I should be looking at? This is biome core snap to biome color. If I'm not mistaken, there's somewhere where it like kind of unpacks the like the biome definitions. Okay, so this one is forest grab. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so here's where it's actually coming up with the arrays. Okay, so maybe that's just what I need. The thing is, it's using these PCG biome setups in so many places, I don't think I'm going to be able to refactor those very easily. So I guess... So I have to like select one. Or the color. And where is it doing that? Because it seems like that's probably already happening by this point. Which is why I was looking up there. Okay, add attribute biome color. Oh, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Okay, we have our biome definitions going in. What is merge attributes outputs? Okay, there are our biome defs. We're gonna duplicate. We're gonna create a bunch of points. We're gonna create points for each one. And add these attributes. Put that up there so you guys can actually see. The color is over here. Biome color. Okay, so we just created a set of points for essentially each biome def. But I guess what I'll need to do is it's associating each color to a biome def. I need to find out where it's doing that. Biome color. We're setting that to position. And because we're going to do some sort of calculation with it, I suppose. We're going to do a distance calculation using the color as a position. And I think we've copied here. Position back up. We put the original color into position and did a distance. And put it back. What is this? Output B. What is output B here? It's a series of points, correct? And these are points from the texture projection instance. Okay. Okay. I think that makes sense. I assume the texture projection instance. What does subgraph do? Of course, it doesn't show me anything. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that looks about right for coordinates on my map. Then we're setting color alpha to 1. Oop. Yeah, and I suppose it's just it's making a location from all the pixels in that texture projection, which is my world map. And so I guess I'll need to find a way to get the PCG graph from the biome that we're in. And so I suppose I could convert whatever coordinates these are in to a chunk coordinate and get it that way. But I guess maybe an easier way than changing this would be to rather just account for that here. Then I wouldn't have to change the whole PCG graph. Because like the color's already decided, and what I could do is just rewrite the color, because the color I basically just used to create the zones. But now I could rewrite that color based on whatever color is this biome graph is. Now that the zones are all created. Or each terrain noise could just have the set of applicable colors. And then I would just check, I would only do a random one from those set of colors. And really what that would be is instead of a UPCG graph, I would want to make that a whatever blueprint type this is. What was it? We're talking like biome defs or something, right? Yeah, it's a biome name and a color. And a priority, I guess. I don't know what that does. I'm kind of annoyed that this doesn't... Like, it's so loosely coupled with this. Which, you know, so desert is red, and then I have to go into the world and I have to find the desert. And then in the desert def that's there, it's tied together with this actor. And then that has the graph. So that's kind of annoying. I don't like the way that that's set up. I'd rather them just both be in the same struct or something. But I suppose what I could do... What could I do about that? I could make this have a terrain noise data parameter alongside these, or an array of terrain noises that it's applicable to. And so what that would mean for here is that I have to get all these actors, and of course they're blueprints, so I can't. That's the annoying part, and I... So I can't actually access anything that they have in C++. And I don't want to change them because then I'm going to have to change everything in these graphs to that type as well. I guess it is just doing a property name, and it's not actually doing a strict struct type. Right? Wait, what was biome definition in there that I was looking at? My biome def. I'm confused at what these little like template classes are. It's kind of annoying. But I suppose I would be able to just replace whatever class. Not that. I mean, no, I guess I have to get that actor, because that's what connects the color to like the PCG graph. I guess what I don't want to be in a situation where I just have to sit here and remember colors. I'm like, oh yeah, red goes with swamp and, you know, other noise. I guess if we just have the biome def, that's fine, because I can name the biome def. Okay, and so what is, because like there's a struct, then there's the biome definition template, which is a blueprint based on it, like a blueprint class, and then I guess It's a primary data asset. I'm confused. I mean, so it's just a container class that has a biome definition. That's kind of, God, like the Unreal Engine devs make so many decisions that are so puzzling. And when I try to work off what they're doing, I get ultra confused. Okay, so I need to replace some class here with the C++ class of my own. And I guess it's going to need to be the biome definition, because I'm going to need access to the color. And then I'm going to need terrain noise. This is actually going to be like a map now. Does it need to be a map, or do I just go into terrain noise and have a list of biome defs? I guess a map would be easier for the random generation, because then I could just, you know, get the value at this, because this biome already has a color at this point. But I guess I could just compile a list of, I would go through and pre-process or loop over and just find all the ones that are applicable to a particular color. And then this just becomes an array of a pointer, not a pointer, but like an array of biome def. And then I would just check the biome def color. It's weird how they created this wrapper class thing. It's really making this hard for me to think about. But yeah, I guess I would just use this desert biome def. But it's like a parent of a or a subclass of a primary data asset that just contains a biome definition. And so would I rather want to do, would I need to do both of these in C++ or just one of them? Let's just put a biome definition. I think we'll at least need the biome definition. Because I'll need to access the color property in C++. F biome definition. Yeah, and then I'll just need to biome name. Let me just look at this. What do we got here? Biome name, biome name. And then biome priority. Okay. So we have that, and I suppose we can just make an array of that. We don't need pointers for that. F biome definition. I'll just say applicable biome defs. Or what should I say, like, can apply to biomes. Something like that. And so what I would want to do is, before I do this, I would want to an array of terrain noise. So yeah, I want to do a for each over this. And I need to check, and I'll say if noise data dot biome or can apply to biomes dot contains, well, find by predicate, I suppose. I would need to do this for each biome actually, so in here. Okay, yeah, something like that, and then return like noise data. Oh no, this would be F biome definition. Biome def, which really could just be my own thing that I created, but we'll explore that some other time, I suppose. Dot biome color equals biome zone dot biome color. Okay, if so that returns a pointer. So if I found one in this noise data, then we're going to add noise data. That's an ugly function. Okay. But now that we have our applicable noises, max noise index is that we need now to set that. Just use this here. And then we don't need that anymore. Okay. So if I don't have any of that, if applicable noises is empty, we have an issue. That should be an error. And I suppose I would need would be the color. Biome zone, biome color, dot toString. Well, I also have like a what, get biome, get chunk biome color string. Yeah, so we can. Well, we'll just do biome zone, biome color toString. Okay, and then we should probably return, or rather continue. Just skip that one, so we don't hit an error there. Okay. Now we rebuild, and I try to change that struct. I don't need that file, delete that. Okay. Okay. Now we wait. So now I need to change this type to biome definition. Oh god, there's two that are like I assume it's gonna I think I changed it correctly. Should probably have renamed those a bit. But I guess I do I delete this right now? How come I feel like I want to see. Ah, that was it. Okay, so that totally fucking reset then. It is red. Red please, red please. Thank you. Forest biome def, forest. Meadow, you can be yellow. Wait, what's yellow? Red and green. Okay. Meadow. I'll just like reset these up now that I changed them all. What should what color should mountain be? Mountain can be cyan, I suppose. I just have this one. Forest, we'll call this swamp. What am I missing? Blue? Okay, swamp is blue. My swamp biome def. Okay, so now that those are all changed, I need to look at all my terrain noises. Shit, okay. I have to, okay, yeah. So why can't I just make these... Should I just make this struct extend a data asset? I either do that and then change the PCG graph a little bit, or I have to like... I have to change this actor. Where is it? This guy. Not actor, this class. That just wraps a biome definition, which is really annoying. And then I instead have to pass this class in. And so if I change this, I'm going to have to change the parent of... Oh, I'm going to have to reset up all these again, aren't I? Well, before I do anything else, let's see if anything broke. The answer is yes. Why would that have broken? Oh, okay, I get why this broke. Okay, just stop it, I get why that broke. Yeah, because nothing has terrain noise data. Yeah, okay. Ugh, God, I have to rebuild so I can see what that class was called. Biome definition template is what it was called. Yeah, I guess it's just a U object? Or no, it was a primary data asset. What? Oh, no, I didn't do that. Okay, we'll roll with this. I don't need that. Delete the CPP file. Biome definition template as new property edit anywhere for F biome definition. And honestly, I don't need this to be a different class anymore. Just put it in and make it the same class. It's not really much of a point for it to be a separate class to begin with, or a separate struct or anything anyway. Okay. Get rid of that. Now rather than the T object pointer to U biome definition template. Now we do that instead. And then this becomes that. Okay, now restart, and then we gotta recreate all those definitions again. This needs to be blueprintable. Blueprint type, blueprintable, maybe. Stop. I don't know if that is actually necessary, but I just throw that on like every class anyway. Oh, what a journey this has been. Okay. So now, can I just change? Those are all my... I don't want that. Can I change that? I cannot change the... So you can't change the parent from out underneath it. Out from underneath it can't. But I suppose I could change this. Just tell me why this is a bad idea. Did that change these? File? No? Okay. And so going to all my noise. Delete that. I don't know what that is. Just delete. Okay. Yeah, this is nice now. So the default noise, we can definitely do forest with that. Meadow, sure. I mean, forest and meadow is really the only different thing that we have. Gently rolling hills, that's definitely going to just be it can either be the forest or the meadow again. Giant hills and lakes can be both again. I guess not every noise needs... Yeah, like if I didn't want any of these noises to show up, I just wouldn't add things here. But every biome needs a noise. So let's just add every biome here, because that's our default one. This will also ensure that the noises aren't next to each other, if I'm not mistaken. Play. And we crack. Okay, so... Oh, we have a black one too. We need black. Right? Yeah. Okay, we need black as well. Probably should make that to where it just doesn't crash. So I guess I need another biome def, right? Wherever the hell those were. Where did we store those? In PCG, okay. So I need a new... Oh, just copy. Duplicate my ocean biome def. Ocean. Black. Is it actually going to put trees under there now, though, with that? That'll be interesting. I don't think it will because I've actually called that. Yeah, because I don't put any points under the water. Okay, we've started. But it's completely broken the PCG graph. My noise is completely different now. But is not visible. Why isn't it visible? Tis public. Why wouldn't that be considered visible? Yeah, I guess maybe. Oh, what a pain in the ass. Oh my god, do I have to remake these? Oh, that's gonna be so annoying. Do I have to do what, like new, like, to find out where the hell primary data asset is. Primary. Or do I just do class? No. I have to do that. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, I don't know if I like the way that this is working. I don't like how it's like biome first. And then noise? I feel like the noise should dictate what biome, like, that's how it's working in my head. The noise should dictate what kind of biome can spawn there. The biome should not dictate what kind of noise. I mean, I suppose it could go either way, but for some reason doing the latter doesn't really compute in my head. Hmm. What way, like, yeah, what way? Because, I mean, this theoretically should work. I'm just getting really annoyed that I have to I've recreated these like 3 times now. Do I want a biome to dictate what noise? Because it's like the world map is generated, colors are picked, colors dictate biomes. And then for each biome there are, I mean, I guess I just don't like the way that I've connected them, right? Because this would be a lot easier if on these biome defs they had noises on them. And then I could just find the biome def with the color. Which I guess is maybe what I should do. I think that's what I should do because I do have the color array for what colors I should assign. Yeah, let's do that. That's a lot better. So instead of biome color. And then I would be able to get rid of the terrain noise data, I think, as well. So we're going to change biome colors from that to I guess a biome definition template. So t-object pointer biome definition templates, biome defs, and then that's going to control the colors. Okay, so where did that should have broken somewhere, right? Yeah. Hang on, go back. Where was that? It was in my noise. Right, okay. Okay, we just gotta change everything to linear color. We change that to biome defs, and then we're gonna put, here's the biome definition. And then should I just put it in the struct, or should I put it in the actor? Yeah, this will be a lot better, I think. Like, what noise can this biome have? Yeah, this will make, and now I don't have to tie them together so much either. This will be better. But now I need to go back in here. Yeah, I won't have to do this so much. So for each biome zone, I should have the biome zone. I should have its biome definition. So let's add a parameter here to store. Okay, so for here we go biome defs, right? Is that not what I named it? Oh, this should be on this. I put that in the wrong class. Wait, where the hell did I just put biome defs? Am I dumb? Oh, it's in world data, right? Dot find by predicate. And so biome def is going to be a U biome definition template. Def template. Const. Okay, come on, Copilot, you can do it. Equals color, and capture that. Okay. And then dereference that pointer. Okay. So these are all the applicable noise datas. And now I don't have to do this awkward ass loop anymore. Cool. Okay. Are we good now? Can I rebuild? No, I cannot. Oh, right, because it needs to be linear color. Okay, change it all, everything to linear color. Ooh. Okay, so this might be where we stop with the linear color. We'll just have to convert. Wait, did I just undo all the shit that I put there? Or no, I just didn't delete that. Now I don't have to do reinterpret as linear. Nice. Now this, can I just do 2F color, or can I do F color? Can I do it like that? Oh, okay, so biome pixel data, that needs to be F color. Oh my god, it all needs to be F color. Shit. Well, shit. What's the difference between a linear color and a non-linear color? Member is F color is inaccessible? Please use .2F color. Okay. Okay. I'll take that. Yeah, undo that, because I don't know. I don't know what that's going to do. We build now. No. No. Right, because I changed all those as well. Undo that. Undo that. Undo that. Undo that. Okay, let's try again. Last try. Okay. So I guess now I'll need to rebuild all those biome defs and add noises to them. Yep. That's what I'm gonna have to do now. Well, that changed. Now we have this BP one, but it's not working. Right. So yeah, I do need to change them. And then I need to add those biome defs to the world map as well. I have to learn where it is. Data asset, there it is. Okay, so biome def templates. Okay, and for forest, that can apply to default, really anything. Not swampy though. We'll do test as well. Anything but swampy, essentially. Okay, so let's delete the old forest def and rename this one. If I can even find it. Wait, where the hell? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, and I should delete that as well. We're not going to use that anymore. Okay. Delete. Force delete. And then we can delete the mountain biome def. Yes, force delete. Okay, how many have I done now? This will be swamp. Did I do? Didn't do swamp yet. What's left? Like ocean and desert, I think? Okay. Just do default on that one, I guess. And did I do deserts? I don't think so. Okay, last one. Wait, did I lose that one? Okay. Almost last one. The yellow. Okay, now that all those are done, I suppose I have to add them all back here. Yep, deserts. Well, no, now I need to change all of these. Okay, and then let's delete that old biome definition thing. Which, where was that? Where the hell was that? That was like deep in the... Okay, and then I need to add all those to... I mean, I guess I didn't really need to add them there. I could change it to reference this, but whatever. Does this work? Oh, how I pray that this works. Something's happening. Okay, the entire map is black. Okay, so the color messed up somewhere. Probably here. But we'll look into that tomorrow. Because I am getting off. Thank you all for joining me. I got quite far. Finished all of my blending that I was wanting to do with the mountains and the height curve and everything, so that's great. Very happy about that progress. I guess excited to get into more biome stuff now that the noise is done blending. So that'll be fun. So yeah, thank you all for joining me, and good night.